The Old Ones, in an article entitled The Hollow Earth, Myth or Reality, for Atlantis Rising. Brad Steger writes of the legends of the Old Ones, an ancient race that populated the surface world millions of years ago and then moved underground. The Old Ones, an immensely intelligent and scientifically advanced race, Steger writes, have chosen to structure their own environment under the surface of the planet and manufacture all their necessities. The Old Ones are hominoid, extremely long-lived, and predate Homo sapiens by more than 1 million years ago. The Old Ones generally remain aloof from the surface peoples, but from time to time, they have been known to offer constructive criticisms, and as it has been said, they often kidnap human children to tutor and rear as their own. So if you like your children, it's probably best to not keep them around the Old Ones. The Elder Race. One of the most controversial tales of Inner Earth dwellers is the so-called Shaver Mystery. In 1945, Amazing Stories magazine, under the editorship of Ray Palmer, ran a story told by Richard Shaver, who claimed he had recently been the guest of what remained of an underground civilization. Although few really believed the story, many suspect that Shaver may actually have been psychotic. Shaver always averred that his story was true. He contended that the Elder Race, or Titans, came to this planet from another solar system in our prehistoric past. After a time of living on the surface, they realized our sun was causing them to age prematurely, so they escaped underground, building huge subterranean complexes in which to live. Eventually they decided to seek a new home on a new planet, evacuating the Earth and leaving behind their underground cities populated by artificial beings. The evil Turgo-Dermental robots and the good Turo-integrated robots. It was these beings that Shaver claimed to have met. Okay, yeah, from what I just read, that does sound a little psychotic. Ancient philosophy states that Agartha was first colonized thousands of years ago, when a holy man led a tribe to the underground. The people have scientific knowledge and expertise far beyond that of the people who live on the surface of the planet. Buddhist theory suggests there to be a race of supermen and superwomen who occasionally come to the surface to oversee the development of the human race. It is also believed that this subterranean world has millions of inhabitants and many cities. The king of this world is believed to have been given orders to the Dalai Lama of Tibet, who is his terrestrial representative. His messages are transmitted through certain secret tunnels connecting the inner world of Agartha with Tibet. Among the Native American peoples, the Navajo legends teach that the forerunners of men came from beneath the earth. The ancient ones had superpowers, but were driven from their caverns by a great flood. Once on the surface, they passed on their great knowledge to the human race before once again seeking their great sanctuary. The Pueblo Indians' mythology also places their god's place of origin in the inner earth, the inner world supposedly connected to the surface people by a hole in the north. The ancient writings of the Chinese, Egyptians, and Eskimos speak of a great opening in the north, and of a race of people who live under the earth's crust. The writings say that their ancestors came from the paradise land in the earth's interior. In India, there is an ancient belief, still held by some, in a subterranean race of serpent people who dwell in the cities of Patala and Govadi. According to the legend, they wage war on the kingdom of Agartha. The Nagas, according to the deep dwellers, are described as a very advanced race of species, With highly developed technology, they also harbor a disdain for human beings, whom they are said to abduct, torture, interbreed with, and even to eat. While the entrance to Bogati is somewhere in the Himalayas, believers assert that Patala can be entered through the well in Sheshanath in Benares, India. Says William Michael Mott in The Deep Dwellers, according to herpetologist and author Sherman A. Minton. As stated in his book Venomous Reptiles, this entrance is very real, with 40 steps which descend into a circular depression to terminate at a closed stone door, which is covered in bas-relief cobras. In Tibet, there is a major mystical shrine, also called Patala, which is said by the people there to sit atop an ancient cavern and tunnel system, which reaches throughout the Asian continent and possibly beyond. The Nagas also traditionally have an affinity with water, and the entrances to their underground palaces are often said to be hidden at the bottom of wells, deep lakes, and rivers. The famous Russian channel Nicholas Roerich, who was the channel for the ascended master El Morya, claimed that the Lhasa, the capital of Tibet, was connected by a tunnel with the inner earth, Shambhala. The entrance of this tunnel was guarded by lamas who were sworn to secrecy. A similar tunnel was believed to connect the secret chambers at the base of the Great Pyramid at Giza and Agartha.